In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create database designs for your forms and your reports by using Microsoft Word. To start with, you need to open your data dictionaries and then go to File and select New Word document. Just going to put the Word document on one side. I'm going to put my data dictionaries onto the other side. So the first table I have is called the customers table. So I'm going to count how many fields I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now I need to find out if there is another table that contains more than 13 fields. So if I go to the staff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So far the staff table contains 17 fields, which I think is the biggest table I currently have. Okay, so the first design I'm going to make, it's going to be based on the 17 fields. So I'm going to increase my Word document size, go to Insert, select Shapes, and then select a shape. By clicking and dragging, I'm going to draw a shape on my page. And now I'm going to select the colors that I'm happy with. Okay. Now I'm going to Insert, Shapes, and I'm going to put another shape here for the title. So this will be the title of the form. Now, because I don't know where the center point is, if I click and drag, Microsoft Word tells me what the center point is. However, if you're struggling to find the center point, here's a little trick for you. I'm going to click on the background picture. I'm going to go to the Insert, Shapes, Line, and I'm going to put a line right down in the middle. If I hold the Shift key down on my keyboard, we'll be able to make sure that the line that I put is a straight line. Then I'm going to click on my shape. I'm going to use the arrows, left and right arrows on the keyboard, to place my header right in the middle. Just going to leave this line for the meantime here. And now I'm going to put some fields. As I said before, we have 70 fields. I'm just going to put some more shapes here. This will be the field name. Let's change the color. I'm going to hold the Control and the Shift key on my keyboard to replicate the shape. Change the color. I'm going to hold the Shift key down to place this a bit to the left to make sure that it doesn't pass the center point. I'm going to increase the width. So once I'm happy with that, I'm going to hold the Shift key down on my keyboard. Now I'm going to Control and Shift, click and drag to place the two shapes right below the top one. And then I'm going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to highlight all the shapes. I'm going to Control and Shift, and then I'm going to click and drag. And then I'm going to count again to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to follow the same process again by holding the Shift key down on the keyboard. I'm going to highlight all the other shapes. I'm going to hold the Control and the Shift key on my keyboard. I'm going to place them there on the line, and then I'm going to count again to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as I need 17 fields, I've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to highlight them all. And by holding Control and the Shift key on my keyboard, I'm just going to place them to the side. So I've got 8 plus 8, 16. So I need one more field here. So I'm going to highlight this, Control and Shift key on my keyboard, place it there. I'm going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm ready to place some buttons, so I'm going to go to Insert, Shapes, and I can apply some navigation buttons. So this button will be my next record. I'm going to hold the Control and the Shift key on my keyboard to place the shapes to the other side and rotate this. This will be the previous button, and now I can actually put some more buttons here. One, I'm going to hold the Shift key and the Control key on my keyboard. 2, Shift key and Control key on my keyboard. 3. By highlighting now these shapes, I'm going to hold the Control and the Shift key on my keyboard and place these buttons further down. So once I'm happy with the buttons, so here is, just need to put this to the right, left, and this to the right. So try to keep it in the same size here. So here's the line that I've got where it's going to actually shows me where the center point is. I'm going to hold the Shift key down on my keyboard. I'm going to bring it down. So I'm going to highlight now by holding the Shift key on my keyboard. I'm going to highlight the shapes and use the left and right arrow on my keyboard to place the buttons right to the center. Once I'm happy with that, I can delete this line, and now I'm ready to customize a bit further my form. So I'm going to put here stuff. So this is the stuff form. I'm going to double click here and increase the size. I will be able to go now there, and by holding the Control key down, the Shift key down, sorry, on my keyboard, I will be able to highlight them all and go to Format, change the color to something else. So this will be the field, and this will be the field name. 1, 2, 3, go. This will be the field name, and this will be the actual record. So for example, name, David, surname, White, and so on. These buttons will be maybe delete record, update record, close window, maybe home page, go to the home page, print record, and insert a new record. These buttons will allow me to navigate throughout the system. So go to the next record, go to the previous record. So now I have created my first form. I'm going to hold the Shift key down on my keyboard and select all the shapes. If accidentally you do this, so you move something around, you can Control and Z to undo, and then you can continue, or you can select the undo button here. So once you have selected all the shapes, you can right click, select group, and then group. Now you have grouped the shapes. You can right click now. Let's deselect it first. Now let's select it, right click, copy. Just gonna deselect it. If you have difficulty deselect, if everything is highlighted like this, just use the left arrow key on the keyboard, deselect, and then Control Enter. And you press the Control Enter key based on the amount of tables you have. So I've got here 1 table, 2 tables, 3 tables, 4, 5, 6, 7 tables, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've got 12 tables. So I need 12 pages. So far I've got 1 out of 2, so I've got 2 pages. So I'm going to hold the Control key down on my keyboard and press the enter key so I can have 12 pages. So I've made some extra pages here. I'm going to select the backspace on my keyboard. Until I have 12 pages. So as you can see here, I've got 12 pages. Now let's increase the size here. I'm going to go to the very first page. I'm going to right click and paste. I'm going to place the form further up. Then I'm going to go to the next page, right click, paste. I'm going to put the shape further up in the middle, and so on. You can use the shortcut Ctrl V. If you did something like this, just undo, deselect it, click once on the form, and then click and drag it. Ctrl V to paste, select it and move it right in the middle, Ctrl V to paste, Ctrl V to paste, Ctrl V to paste, and so on. So as you can see now, I've got 12 forms. So I'm going to go to the first form now. I'm going to go to my dead dictionaries, scroll right to the top, and the first form is called customers. So I'm going to right click here and copy. Let's place this here. Let's reduce the size slightly. Now I'm going to double click here, right click and paste. Now I'm going to count how many fields I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fields. So I've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 6 on this side, 12, plus that one, 13. So these extra fields, I'm going to hold the shift key down and I'm going to select them. These extra fields are no longer needed, so I'm going to, Control Z to undo, let's deselect the background, then press delete. These extra fields are no longer needed, so what I need to do is select my buttons, deselect the background, and by holding the shift key down, I'm just going to bring the buttons further up a bit, and then reduce the size of the actual form. Okay, Control Z to undo. So I'm happy with the customers now. The next table I need to design is the staff table, which is already done, which is here. So the next table is called the suppliers table. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste this here, supplier. So let's count how many fields I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fields. So I only need 12 fields here. So I'm going to double click here. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 6, 12. So I don't really need these extra fields. I'm going to hold the shift key down on my keyboard and then press the delete button. I'm going to hold the shift key on my keyboard down, select all the shapes, and bring them further up by again holding the shift key down on the keyboard. Then I'm going to select the background picture shape and then bring it up. Okay, the suppliers table form is ready, so let's move on to the next one. Is the transactions form. So I'm going to right click, copy, and here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fields. I'm just going to put here the title transactions. So let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 4 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 4, 8. So I'm going to hold the shift key down on my keyboard, highlight all the extra fields, and then I'm going to press the delete key on my keyboard to delete them. I'm going to hold the shift key down on my keyboard. By holding the shift key down, excuse me, I'm going to lift the buttons further up. Select the background picture and lift it up. So that's my transactions. Let's move it to the next one. Is the product table. So let's go to the product design form. I'm going to right click and paste the title. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 3 here. So I don't really need these extra fields. I'm going to hold the shift key down again on my keyboard, highlight them all, and backspace to delete them, or press the delete key on the keyboard. I'm going to hold the shift key down. I'm going to highlight all the other shapes, hold the shift key down again, lift them up, and I'm going to reduce again the background picture. So I've got the product design. Let's move on to the next one. Now the other tables are small tables. Okay. Let's correct this. All the other tables are the small tables that we have. So they all contain 2 fields, so I don't really need to have each one of them, an individual design for each one of them. So I'm going to go to Agenda, right click copy. I'm going to right click paste. And I'm going to need only 2 fields, so I'm going to hold the shift key down on my keyboard. I'm going to press delete. Oops, Control Z to undo. Let's deselect the background, delete. Now I need to bring all the buttons further up. Holding again the shift key on my keyboard. I'm going to select the background, lift it up. And this is a small table which I'm going to copy this now. So I'm just going to deselect it because it's already grouped. I'm going to copy this now. Select the one below. I'm going to delete it and paste that. And the next table is title. Right click copy. Right click paste. Deselect it. Click once to select again. Copy. The next table, let's delete that. Paste. So the next table after the title is nationality. In my case. So I'm going to right click, paste. Will deselect it. Click once again to select the copy. The next table, let's delete this. The next table is job title. Double click to go in and then select paste. Deselect it, then right click copy. Let's delete this. So the next table is town city. Let's highlight the current title, paste, deselect it, and then click once to select again, copy. Let's delete the other picture here and then paste that one. So county, copy that, double click, paste that. So let's deselect it and then click once to select it, copy. Let's delete this table here, paste. So after county is country, and this is the last form that we need to produce. And if I zoom in now, zoom out. So basically I have all the forms. I've got my customer, my staff, my supplier, my transaction, and so on. I've got all the tables here. Some of them have white title, some of them have black title. it doesn't really matter because we're gonna delete them before we move on to the next task. So this is how you create in form designs. You go to File, Save As, browse the location you want to save it, go Form Designs, change it to Microsoft Word and click Save. Now the only thing I need to do to produce report designs, I need to just select all the buttons, delete them, then reduce the height of the form. Okay, once you have finished all this, let's place this to the left. Okay, once you have finished this, you go to File, Save As, you browse the location, you save this as Report Designs. Now this is how you complete the report designs. Thank you for watching.